But let's talk about Patton. I love what you said about him, that he hated cowards, so much so that he would be in the hospital slapping privates who were in the hospital recovering.
Oh, that's the movie, Patton.
Yeah, well, that happened, though, and that got him in a lot of trouble. Patton was an emotional man. He was an emotional man. A lot of people don't understand it. He was America's best general by far in World War II. He saved thousands of lives, and we take you through how he relieved Bastogne when nobody thought he could do it in the Battle of the Bulge. But he was an emotional guy, and when his troops got killed and wounded, he personally took it personally.
Yeah.
All right. So when he saw people who were, he thought, faking it or cowards, he would almost viscerally react, and he slapped a few of them, and he got in trouble with Congress. But it's funny because our enemies in Russia and Germany, they were laughing about it because they would have been shot, these soldiers, there if they had, you know, said, oh, I can't fight anymore, I have fatigue or whatever. They would have lined them up and shot him. So Patton was a unique character, and we tell you a lot about his personal view of life.
Yeah. Who are you killing
next? How much
next?
investigations have there been about this, Ben?
There's been a few, not too many, a couple of books written about it. But, you know, the United States government, they didn't want this. Patton is buried overseas. A lot of people don't know that. They wouldn't bring him back to the United States.
And he wanted to be buried with his troops.
Yes. No, he didn't. They wanted to take him back to West Point and bury him in Arlington Cemetery after a memorial service, but they wouldn't let him come back. And I'm not going to tell you why, but we have it in the book. There's a lot of stuff floating around this death of George Patton. That's not right. It's just not right. But the Soviets, I think they got him.
Why did they want to kill him? Because he had already been fired, basically.
Yes, but he was going back to the United States, as you know, Gail, because you stayed up late to read this book last night, to speak a national speaking tour to warn Americans about the danger of Stalin and the Soviets. And neither the U.S. government nor the Soviet government wanted Patton doing that.
What's the evidence of that?
He had announced his speaking tour.
I've been told that you'd like nothing better than to provoke a showdown with the Russians and combine those SS troops with your Third Army.
I have to admit, I wouldn't mind having a crack at those Mongols.
The Mongols, those Russians are our allies. I've said this to you 100 times, and you persist in these hostile statements.
I disagree with you, that's all. I can't disrupt the administration of Bavaria over some vague accusations. My Anglo-Saxon ancestry makes me reluctant to remove people without due process of law.